Welcome, everyone. I want to just take a moment first and have everybody put both feet on the ground and just take a nice deep breath all the way to your feet. Feel your body. Are you in your body? So today, what do you do?
It's opposite what you think.
The down. So, we are talking today about a new approach to healing the nervous system. So, talk about okay, work, nervous system workup. I think it might be off. Let's all breathe back in. Abby, I might need you to do a little bit.
Is it not close enough to the computer? You got it. It's stuck.
So we'll just keep breathing. Stay with our bodies. Let's not freak out. So have you ever wondered when you're doing, why is it you're doing all the right things? Everything looks so good on paper. Like you made the perfect program. The book said, and we did this and we did that, and it's like we would totally get A's if we turned in this paper. But our clients, thank you, we are in business now. Yay! So why is it that even when people are doing all the right things, we're still not getting better? Over and over and over. So the answer might just be it stuck in the nervous system, literally. The issues might be in the tissues. So let's start at the beginning. So the nervous system is made up of the central nervous system, so literally our brain and our spinal cord. Then the peripheral nervous system is all of the nerves that are going to bring all the messages from the brain and the spinal cord out to the rest of the body. That peripheral nervous system is broke down into two more areas, the somatic, so the stuff we have control over, moving our muscles, and then the autonomic, which happens automatically, thank God. If I had to do all the things and make sure my heart is beating and that I breathe, like most of us just breathe enough to stay alive anyways, but if I had to really think about that, which I do sometimes, because let's take a breath, but we need to know what's going on with that. Parasympathetic, or the autonomic nervous system can be broken down into two separate systems as well, the sympathetic and parasympathetic. So our sympathetic nervous system is that fight or flight, freeze, or fawn. These are when our body's like, I gotta run from this tiger, what does my body automatically do? And then there's the parasympathetic, which is our our heal and digest and all the things. Being in that state of calm. It's when our body doesn't have to divert the energy to a different system. This is where we are when we heal. So, when we're babies, we do not regulate our own nervous systems yet. we rely on our caregivers. So, as babies, we are pure presence. We are in our bodies 100%. We are, like, everything is on all the time. So, we rely on our caregivers to calm our nervous systems. We're like little tuning forks. Every note, everything that's happening around us, we are absorbing and mirroring and feeling and all the things. Luckily, our nervous systems are designed to have a charge-discharge cycle. So low charge, everything's calm, we feel really good. Then there's some kind of stimulation, like maybe mom and dad dropped a pan somewhere and we're startled. And then there's some excitement because maybe something broke and it's like, ooh, we're all charged up. And then an action happens. So whether mom or dad comes over and picks us up and soothes us and it's everything's okay, or we cry it out, we get rid of this startled stuckness or startled reaction in our body, which is a charge that's too much. Then once that charge is expressed, whether like we cry it out or mom and dad come soothe us, then we go into a resting state. So luckily, if we have caregivers that are in tune with us and can help us to regulate that nervous system, then they're doing that for us. They're teaching us how to do that. If we don't, because of life, maybe mom and dad are busy, or maybe we're in a situation that isn't so safe. So the body has developed a way to buffer that system. So there's survival patterns that we go into. Our body will go into different buffer states. So the first one is called the leaving pattern. So everybody wants to feel safe. Where's our energy going? So for the leaving pattern, the energy is literally going up and out of the body. It is not safe in here. Lights are on, nobody's home. All my attention is being drawn away. Merging pattern is the next one. So all the energy is going outside of the body to somebody around me to help me out. Then there's the enduring pattern, hi, I'm their queen. The energy comes in and down. So we are super grounded, but you're not going to push me over, but I don't always have access to all that energy because it's way in the ground. Then there's aggressive pattern, and that's where the energy is coming up and out. So they are the biggest person in the room. They're going to take up the energy, they're going to take charge. Then there's rigid pattern, where they take their energy and they kind of twist it in a knot. And it's all just kind of, it's like aggressive where it comes up and out, but it's super tight in the body. So it's just one tight little line. These guys they feel safe when all the rules are being followed. If every rule is being followed, then I feel safe. So as kids, everybody in this room, everybody on this planet wants to feel safe. They're all looking for safety. We cannot get into that parasympathetic rest and digest state if we are not feeling safe. So as kids, we can pick one of these patterns. Where's our energy or our attention going to go? So we pick these, well, at a certain point, we no longer pick these patterns. We just automatically go into it. It's part of that automatic or autonomic nervous system. So we just literally go into these states without even thinking about it. And then we no longer have access to ourself. So the world, everybody's kind of picking these patterns or these survival modes of how am I going to feel safe in this moment? Do I need to leave my body? Do I need to leave this room? Do I need to get out of here? Do I need to just hold firm? Do I need to like take control? Do I need to do all the things? So we're going into these different strategies. How am I going to survive this? Big deep breaths, right? So, when we are in these different states, we are literally seeing the world differently. We're literally speaking different languages. So if I'm in one of these survival strategies, somebody else who might be in a different strategy, we don't communicate well. I can't maybe hear what somebody else is saying, or they can't understand what I'm saying. So if we may not even know what it feels like to be in a safe place, in our own bodies. So as we help people to heal their own nervous systems, we have to start with what does safe feel like? Because everybody's environment is going to be different. So we have to find that starting place. Somebody may be walking into your office, or your kids may be coming home, and they are in a different place. So if we can help them find that safety, that what does my body feel like, what does safe feel like, then when they walk in, we can get on the same page. We can start learning how to speak that same language. We can start getting people into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest nervous system, and learn how to learn what that feels like. Because safe might not feel safe for some people because they've never felt that before. So it's the unknown. So they may not have been listening to their bodies their entire lives. So having somebody ask you questions like, well, what does your body feel like? Are you in your body? Probably might not feel safe because they don't feel like they have the right answer. Especially if they're in the rigid pattern where they want the right answer. So, dive on me again. It was literally. Okay. Technical difficulties, they put me into pattern. So what do we do once we recognize what pattern we might do? So first, we need to feel safe. We need to figure out what safety feels like. So when we breathe into our bodies, do we feel like we're in it? Do we have access to, can we feel our feet? Can we feel the core of our body? Can we feel like our hands? Are we just stuck in our heads? And then we're going to just honor our bodies. What does our body need? Do I need to go to the bathroom? Okay, I'm going to go. We're developing trust with our own bodies. Do I need a drink? Awesome, I'm going to take a drink. Developing trust with our own bodies. Do I need food right now? Honoring our own bodies, and we're going to start there. Then we can do things like breath work, bioenergetics, which is posing and breathing at the same time, and releasing stock charge that may be stuck in different muscles of our body. We can do things like craniosacral therapy. We can do things like energy work. We can just sit in our bodies and feel our emotions. Just titrate like little bits at a time. Ooh, what am I feeling right now? This feels like sadness. Okay, what does that feel like in my body? Okay, just little moments of feeling those feelings in our bodies is going to help us get used to what that feels like. We're going to support our nervous system with things that we already know how to do. Adaptogenic herbs, B vitamins, essential fatty acids, flower remedies, essential oils, rest, sunlight. We're basically glorified houseplants, right? We need to make sure we're getting that. We're going to limit our screen time and Wi-Fi because that can dysregulate our nervous systems. And then we're just going to learn to regulate our own nervous systems. But we might have to first start by noticing if our nervous system is unregulated. Do we have access to our own bodies? Do we know what that feels like? Do we feel our own feelings? We're just going to get curious with ourselves and ask ourselves, how are we doing today? We're just going to check in. So, it is my belief that we cannot heal a body that we are not in. And if we can learn to feel safe, to be in our own bodies, and we can help other people feel safe in their own bodies, we can heal little pieces of ourselves that we may not have had access to before. So if we can all just take another big deep breath, just notice, what does it feel like? And just honor yourself and what your body needs. I think we can heal little pieces just by having trust with our own self. Thank you so much.